Peter and McQueen, Frodo and Sam, I can see that the world are captivated by stories of epic friendships and connections. There's something about people who stick together through thick and thin and who support each other through difficult times and celebrate with you in life successes that speaks to something deep within us as people. There's something about connection and friendship that we long for and probably need. But it's interesting that the generation that has connected more than ever through social media is also the generation that has labelled itself as the loneliest generation that there's ever been. So, why is friendship such a big deal? Have we lost genuine connections with people? And is that affecting our mental health and our futures? So, we have Destiny Owen here from Manchester.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So you are a member of Saintz band, you're a musician, a dancer, recently performed at the O2 Arena as part of Jason Derulo's tour. That sounds amazing. Can you sum it up in 3 words for me? How was it?
Oh my gosh. Fun, exciting, and vibes.
Vibes, just so many vibes. Oh, that's good, that's good. It looked really, really amazing as well from what I saw.
So
Yeah,
fun.
so Destiny, let's go back to early days for you because obviously you're an adult now, right? So we'll get to your friendships that you have now soon.
Yeah.
But you're an early day Gen Z. So what was it like for you in school, making connections and friendships? Did you find it easy? Or did you have lots of friends? Were you popular? Were you a loner in school? What was it like?
So for me, as you say, I grew up in Manchester.
Yeah.
South Manchester that was. And yeah, school life, I loved like growing up in school, primary, like those sort of ages. I was
Yes.
like, I just want to make as many friends as possible. I'm quite a chatter. I love people. So I'm like, yes, let's be friends, enjoying life. And then I think as it got to about, like high school age, you realise, oh, actually, there's a lot of different people in this world and not everyone's like you in your little primary school,
Yes.
primary school classes. And I think that was a bit of a shock when you have so many different people coming into like one school, coming from different backgrounds, different families, different, walks, talks of life.
Yeah.
And I had some good girl mates, and then I think as the years went on, it got even bigger. Like there's probably over like 10 of us. It was
Goodness me.
yeah.
Like a mafia.
Yes, so you put that many girls together, there's bound to be drama.
Oh, yeah.
Let me say that. And I don't think it's always intended, but I think, like I said, when you put that many people together, just things are going to happen. So
Yes.
I think there was definitely school dramas, there was fallouts, not just in school, but then when you go home and then you've got social media to go on or video chats or whatever
Yeah.
the app was at the time. And you're bringing that drama back home. So no longer are you just facing it in school, but you're facing it outside of school as well.
Yeah.
So I think that was probably the thing that didn't go as well
Yes.
friendship-wise was the dramas. But apart from that, I did have some great mates that stuck with me throughout school and some
Nice.
besties that are still on friends with now. So
That's
it's
good.
great.
So with like your good friendships and stuff, what was good about it? What were like the aspects of the friendship that made you think, or that made you say now, like they were
Yeah.
good friendships? What was it?
I think it's consistency and loyalty.
Yeah.
I really value that in life,
Yeah.
having loyal friends that no matter what we go through, they're going to stick with you throughout that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think some of my friends I met in year 7, and then like our friendship just carried on till year 11, which is so beautiful and amazing. But I think having those friends through thick and thin, whether we went through rubbish stuff, whether family issues happened or whatever it was, I knew that I could go to some of those key girls that were like, actually, I'm going to be there with you. And I think that's so important. Even like
Yeah,
now, I
100%.
think when you have those people that say, I'm not backing down, and even if you both have a fallout or issues happen, it's working over that and going, right, let's communicate this well and let's get through it because I still want to be friends with you.
Yeah, and that's so good. That's so good to have friends that will literally stick with you through thick and thin. So I wonder, like, how has that impacted you, like personally, having good friends around you? Like, how has that impacted you?
I think it helps when deeper stuff happens in life. For example, like my grandparents, like if they're going through health issues, or if just like life's big things that get thrown at you from a young age.
Mm.
I think knowing when you have friends that can speak life over you and surround you with positivity, good words, I think that's a key thing, that we have a choice
Yes.
in who we surround ourselves with. So whether that's like, I mean, you might be hanging out with a group at school that actually you realise maybe they're not like actually influencing me in the best way. Maybe you're not that great. But I think it takes years and wisdom to realise, oh, actually, who do I want to surround myself with? Who's speaking into my life? And what is not just friends, but social media, TV, whatever we're listening to, like music, different things like that. I think that has such an influence, even without us sometimes realising it.
Yeah.
So,
That's really good. That's really good. And I wonder if, so you've had all these great friendships, but I wonder if there was any friendships that were bad for you. Did you ever have a moment where your friend stabbed you in the back?
Oh, yeah, we all have that.
Yeah.
Do you know, I think it's good to normalize that.
Yeah.
We all go through that,
Oh,
and
yeah, 100%.
like not feeling on your own when something like that might happen, or you might have a fallout. It at the time, I feel like it can feel like the biggest, like, dramatic thing at the
Yeah.
time. Yes, feelings are valid. That is so valid to feel like that, but also like, um, you will get out of it.
Oh, yeah.
There is like healing that can happen. But
Yeah.
for me, I had a friend in, I think it was like year 7, year 8.
Yeah.
I'd only just gotten friendship with her over like that year or something. I hadn't known her that much before, and then loads of stuff happened online, and there was just accounts that were made, and this app, I can't remember what it's called, but it was just where people could say stuff anonymously. And
Oh, yes, I remember those.
yeah, not the one, not the one.
Oh, great.
And basically they some of the girls, I think, had like created these accounts but didn't tell me, or were saying things behind my back, and I think that hurt when I realized, oh, you're actually meant to be my friend.
Yeah.
You're meant to have my back, and you didn't. So then I thought, right, okay, maybe I'll distance myself a bit from those, and then keep with my like secure friendships.
Yeah, I might say that must have been like really hard and stuff to have like people talking behind your back and both spreading like false truths about you and stuff and lies. And I wonder how did you navigate through that? Was there something that helped you throughout
I
that?
think one thing is like family. You can always go home, chat to your family, your parents, people, or a carer, someone that like looks after you and wants the best for you. 2 is friends, but then 3 for me, I have a faith in God, and I think having that foundation of knowing what God says about me really helps. And I know that might not be for everyone. People might be like, well, I don't really believe in that. But for me personally, that's really helped to go to the Bible and say, oh, actually, these words say this about me. I don't need to speak negative things about me. I could speak this over myself. And that personally helped.
Yeah, that's so amazing. That's great. And one of the things that I'm really noticing that's becoming almost like normal in society today is that there's this strong emphasis, this really strong emphasis of independence. So it feels like a lot of people value success and independence over everything else. On the other hand, the place where we make connections is online, is the place where we spend most of our lives these days, like from day to day, scrolling through Instagram, TikToks. But online content is being dictated by an algorithm, so it's almost like impossible to figure out if people are being their genuine selves, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder for you, what do you think when you look at all this for yourself? Do you think that we're missing out on something? Like, is social medias and celebrities not giving us the right idea of what we should be doing? What do you think?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold my hands up. I'm guilty of a good scroll. I love Instagram Reels, TikTok. I love it all. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hit bashing it. But it can get addictive. I've had to have an app actually that slows down.
One of the
the
times.
Instagram, it's helped a lot. It saved me loads of hours. Anyway,
Nice.
I do think we have so many voices in our heads right now. Like like you said, on social media, you have got absolutely everyone giving their opinion, which back in the day, you wouldn't have had that many opinions. And I think growing up with that, I had a phone and laptop and stuff like that since I was in primary school. And so I allowed there to be so many different voices speaking to me. And I think, and obviously you've got your friends, your family, different people like that as well in your community. But I think sometimes we've got to have the wisdom of, okay, what should I be listening to? What is that actually true? And also, even now with like AI and everything, you don't know what is true now. Like you see videos and you're like, is that real? Is it not? Is it made up? And I actually think it's harder than ever really to know truth and to know what's real. But I think that's why for me, it's like, right, I need to go to my source. What is my source of truth?
Yeah.
For me, that might be faith. For you, that might be something else. Whatever it is, whatever you believe in, stand firm and believe it with all you've got and use that as your foundation.
Yeah.
I think having a strong foundation.
So there's almost like this peer pressure from the culture that to not be yourself and to try and fit in. Almost like, I know that particularly with being a woman and stuff, like there's this whole idea that you need to be an independent woman and step out and stuff. So like, what do you think that we can do to like change this culture, change this idea that we need to be individuals and isolated and alone?
I think we all kind of have a fear of being different maybe as we're growing up. I think going into school, like you see all the other girls, you're like, oh, maybe I should be wearing that. Or maybe, I remember when, I think, it must have already been year 8, and we were like, we've all got to get handbags now. It was like, no more backpacks. We're going to have, like, I'm an independent woman. And I think there's all those little things, like, they're kind of funny things as well, but also there's other things where it's like peer pressure in terms of doing things that you've never done before, or experimenting things, or parties and things where actually things that can have a bit more of an extreme impact can start having that on your life. So you've got to be really careful. I remember those sort of ages being invited to things, or everyone's suddenly starting to drink and different stuff like that. And we just got to be careful with what we're doing, I think, because you don't know how it's going to affect you later down the line. But you always do kind of have that pressure to conform, to fit in.
Yes.
But I remember growing up, my dad would always tell me, like, stand out from the crowd. Don't worry about it. If someone's going to have a go at you, or make fun of you, so what? Brush it off. And so I always had that mentality of, so what? I don't care what you say. I think, which is easier said than done sometimes, but I'd always try and come with this, I don't know, this like sass or like energy. I'm not doing that. Or like, I'm not conforming to that. Why would I do that?
Nice. That's I guess that's really, really good to have as well. Like, to just almost like, not in the sense of just brushing it off and that's it, it's done, but like almost sticking up for yourself in a way, and who you are and who you're meant to be, which is really good.
Yeah, we can laugh about it, but we also need to be serious about standing for what we believe, standing up for ourselves. And sometimes it's difficult, but it's worth it.
100%.
Rather than conform.
So do you think we're missing something as humans when we try to be independent and try to not be ourselves to fit in? Do you think that we're like almost made to be in connection with one another? Do you think that we were made for that purpose of connecting with other people?
Well, I don't know about you, but I don't think we should be on this earth alone. Imagine if there was just one of us.
I
get so bored. I'm like, who am I going to chat to now? So I definitely think we're made for connection. I think we need each other. We saw it in lockdown. Like, oh my gosh, that was such a crazy season of life. Like, to even think that happened and we were locked down for so many years and couldn't just go out to the park or see our mates. Like, that was mental. And I think that proved to me we need community. We need people around us. Like, even when we all, what was it, on a Thursday night clapping for the NHS? Or like,
I remember
doing like online
workouts,
all those different things. And I remember FaceTiming all of my mates, or we do like fun evenings, but online.
So like the online games, Zoom games and stuff.
And I bashed out Netflix so many safeties. It was unreal. But I think that showed for me that we need community. It's so important.
100%, and you're a musician, right? So almost like we've gone from these songs in the past, like Toy Story, you've got a friend in me.
I love it.
It's such a good song. And then like these days we've got like the songs like, for example, Green Day have done a song, it's like, I'll walk this lonely road on the only road I've ever known. Do you think like things have drastically changed over our lifetime with music in like the 20 odd years that we've been here? And like, I know that you're obviously a musician, you write music. What are the sort of lyrics that you write as well?
Well, I think, like you said before, the music industry can be a lot about self. Be like, what can I gain from this? What am I going to say about me? And I think there's always that fine line when it comes to me and writing music. I'm like, obviously I want to talk about my experiences or make it relatable to me, because if I'm the one singing it, I've got a background singing. But I think there is this importance of knowing your music's going out to so many people, and how can I use that as a platform to build hope, to let young people know there's a plan, there's a purpose for their life, using it for something bigger than just myself. Because I think when we're just driven by us, it's like, oh great, I'm just bigging myself up. Is it, what's that really gaining? Or is actually, I want to be part of something bigger. I want to be part of the change. I want to be part of promoting good mental health when that is on the rise of mental health issues and different things like that young people are actually really struggling with, and that we've all faced growing up. How can we use music as a platform to help, to inspire, to encourage? And that's my heart, is to do that through music.
That's so good. And I mean, a lot of your music seems to talk about that connection that you have with God. And so what makes connection so important? What makes that connection that you have with God so important that everyone needs to hear about it in your music?
I think so for me, having that connection with God, it's not something I want to keep to myself. I think a lot of the world could say, oh, you do you, and that's all right for you, but not all right for me. Like, you carry on with that. But actually I'm like, no, I don't want this to just be for me, because I've experienced something so amazing, and I know that I've got someone with me for the journey of life. Why would I want to share that to myself? It's like finding the best news out ever, or the cure to a disease, and then not telling anyone about it. So I think we have that responsibility with knowing this hope and knowing that there's so much more to life. Like, I want to go and share that. And we wrote a song called Worst Days.
Yeah, I love this song. This is my favorite one you did. I actually love this song.
It's like a little bit R&B. I love it. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that song's all about, well, for me personally, God being there in the worst days.
Yeah.
When you're finding something really difficult, when you've gone through pain or whatever it is. I wanted it to be relatable to the people, so I don't say exactly the things that I've gone through. But it's so that everyone can relate to it. That's what you want with music. You want everyone to be in a crowd singing it all together.
Yeah.
But Worst Days was about, just that moment where I go, God, I don't know how to deal with this.
Yeah.
I don't know how to deal with whatever it is I'm going through. Maybe it's family stuff, pressure of the world, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You sit with me through that. I know that I'm not on my own through this. And like you were saying, it's all about self. Actually, no, this is all about not being self and being like, actually join this ride with me, because I can't do it on my own.
Yeah.
And that being a comfort, and something that,
That's so amazing.
important.
That's really great. So, almost what do you think the idea of connection means to God? Because I know that some people might say he's not bothered, that he's distant, just sat on his throne, just looking down, like wagging his finger, almost like, oh, you've done this wrong, you've done that wrong. But what do you think God has this idea of connection? What do you think that means to him, to have almost to have that connection with him as well?
Well, I think it's all about relationship. I think, say you've got a mate at school, you're going to chat to them, you're going to text them, you FaceTime, you might go out to the park, to the parties, whatever it is.
Yeah.
God wants to have a relationship with us too, I think. Putting it like in that way. It's like when you have a friend, you talk to them. So I'm going to talk to God. I'm going to cast my worries and anxieties or whatever it is that I'm facing onto him, because he cares for me.
Yeah.
So I think I don't think it's a crutch as well. I think people sometimes say, "Oh, you just got it because you need help." Like no, it's also a joy as well. Even in the good times, I'm like, yeah. Do you know what? I still back this. This is great, and
That's
so
really
I think
good.
it's in all seasons as well.
Yeah. So what you're saying is there is a God that like wants to have connections with us and wants to like meet us and walk through with us in the situations that we're in life with.
Yeah. And it can be everything. Like we were saying, maybe your school day, being like, God, I feel a bit alone in my day today. I've not got some great mates around me.
Yeah.
But will you come and walk this day with me? As simple as that. Like, it doesn't even have to be like this big dramatic thing, or you have to go to a church building to do it. It's like, oh, I can actually just speak and like a friend.
Yeah. Amazing. And I wonder for you, almost on a personal level, like, what is it to have a relationship with God, to be in this connection with God? What I mean, what has it been like for you? Has it been a smooth ride? Has it been a bit all over the place? Like,
I think it's been a journey. I grew up understanding that there was a God, just because I grew up in a Christian family. I went to church. But then I made a decision when I was like 7 years old that I was like, no, actually, I back this. I want to believe in this. And then it's been since then. And really, it was when I got to sixth form. That's when I thought, right, I actually should probably research a bit more into this and take it seriously and understand it for myself, because you have mates asking you questions, like these big deep questions. You're like, good question. Let me go back. Let me get back to you on that. I'm gonna go on. So yeah, that's
nice. Oh, that's amazing. And it's amazing what you do as well with Saints, like literally traveling the world to go and make this connection with God and to help others find this connection with God as well. So what would be your message to this generation that is more connected than ever, but suffers with the highest level of loneliness? What do you want to leave them with? Let me know. One final thought.
I would say the most important thing is to know, above all else, that there's a plan and there's a purpose for your life.
Yeah.
Don't give up.
That's amazing. Well, Destiny, thank you so much for being here. We've really enjoyed having you. Hopefully, we can collaborate more in the future, maybe even on a song. Never know. It'd be good. But yeah, thanks for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. See you later.
See ya. So in our conversation with Destiny today, we had a look at connections and relationships and friendships and how we can go around them. And you see, three main themes came up throughout. So first of all, the independence approach. The fact that we're just relying on ourselves. It's me, myself, and I, almost being isolated away. And it isn't always the healthiest option. As well as that, we had a look at connection with everyone through trying to fit in with the algorithm and compromising, but having no genuine friendships and no belonging, and just not allowing ourselves to be ourselves and who we are. You see, so we're almost left with the question, where is the safe place for me to be me and find meaningful connections with people around us? See, I think there's something in what Destiny said that's really helpful. She spoke about her relationship with God being a safe place where she could truly be herself, where she could find peace, where she could find purpose, strength, and belonging. She could be seen and known. I wonder if there's something in the relationship like that that can help us find genuine connections and relationships with people around us. I want to leave you with this. If you're part of this loneliness generation and you want to be known for who you are in a safe place, and what we've spoken about today has almost like resonated with you, resonated through what you're walking through at the moment, I want to tell you, there is a God out there who loves you for who you are and who He's made you to be, and He wants to have a meaningful relationship with you today. So, if you're looking for that safe place, my encouragement is find God. The only question is, what's holding you back? Thanks for listening to this podcast, and we'll see you on the next one.
Where are you?